The battle between the e-commerce giants seems to be heating up. FPIs again started investing majorly in the Indian equity market. NCLT has given resolution permission to Piramal Group for the resolution of DHFL, and the commercial vehicle sales will be on decline. Plus few quarter four results by major Indian companies. Hi there, my name is Hitesh and I welcome you all to daily market updates by TradeBrain. And if you're new to our channel, please comment, like and subscribe on our videos, and please don't forget to press the bell notification icon. So moving on to our first biggest update for the day. So the battle between the e-commerce giants seems to be heating up. I'll explain you how. Now Flipkart is in talks to raise $3 billion from SoftBank and sovereign wealth funds. And Flipkart, as we know, is owned by Walmart. And if this raising of capital goes through, it will give Flipkart a valuation of $40 billion. And we have also had news of Paytm coming up with its own IPO, which will give it a valuation of nearly $30 billion. It looks like all the major e-commerce giants are in the process of flexing their muscles and trying to show who's bigger than whom. It remains to be seen what other strategies do these e-commerce giants come up with, because the market for e-commerce segment seems to be heating up and exciting times could be ahead for all of us. FPIs have invested 8,000 crore rupees in Indian equity market in just last four trading session. And now I'll give you a few fact check for the same. In the month of April, FPI withdrew 8,659 crores from the Indian equity market. In the month of May, FPI again withdrew 2,954 crores. So it was a total withdrawal of nearly 12,500 crores from the FPIs on the Indian equity market over these 2 months. The main reasoning for that was the COVID second wave, which hit India majorly, and all the major global players got little apprehensive about the performance of the equity market. Now, with the decline number of cases, and the number of cases have declined to just 1 lakh cases a day, which was at its peak more than 4 lakh cases a day. So what has done that? It has actually bolstered the confidence of the FPIs, and as we all know, Indian equity market is making new highs on day-to-day basis. And this 8,000 crore coming in the equity market shouldn't be a matter of surprise. We should be seeing much bigger number of investments coming to Indian equity market. Now, NCLT, as a National Criminal Law Tribunal, has given approval to Piramal Group for the resolution plan of DHFL. So I'll give you a few fact checks again on the same. So DHFL has actually total dues of 87,082 crore rupees, and Piramal Group has actually given a bid of nearly 34,250 crores for the same. So this is the highest bid which was received by the SEBI and all the regulatory bodies, and the resolution plan was ultimately accepted for the Piramal housing only. So when this money is recovered, it will actually recover 40% of the debt which is owned by DHFL. So let's see what holds in future for DHFL. At its prime, the share price of DHFL was trading well above 600 rupees, and today it closed at around 20 rupees. And an interesting fact, today the market hit the upper circuit of 10% in the share price of DHFL. So that is how badly the share price tumbled because of the news of 87,000 crores default. Do let us know if you're a holder of DHFL shares. If you want to talk more about it, should we be investing in it or not, we'll be more than glad to discuss about the same. In another news, the commercial vehicle sales to grow by 23 to 28% in the current fiscal year, and these data have been provided by CRISIL. Earlier, the projection was between 37 to 38% growth, which has been reduced to nearly 25% by CRISIL. The main reasoning behind again is the COVID cases. The economy has slowed down, which has actually taken an impact on the commercial vehicle sales also. With the economy coming back on its feet, the numbers should be going up in future, but for this current fiscal year, the growth is expected to be about 25 to 26%. Now moving on to few quarterly results announcement. So PNB had a decent quarter four results. The net interest income rose by 48 crores. The net profit was 586 crores, which was losses of 700 crores in the previous year in the same quarter. So looks like PNB is on the right foot. And in this quarter, anyways, we have seen all the public sector banks have produced very good results, and their share prices have done exceedingly well. Now, the major factor which contributed to the profit of Punjab National Bank was the net interest income jumping. And then the net interest income is a difference between the income earned from interest as against the expenses which have been given out in the form of interest. So the net interest income jumped to nearly 6,980 crores from 4,677 crores, which is a jump of 48%. IndiGo quarter four results were really shocking and lackluster. Their net loss widened to nearly 1,147 crores, and even after posing such a huge net loss, they're saying that the bad times are still to be seen for Indigo in future. That's because the whole aviation sector has suffered massively because of the COVID. And just to put things into perspective, the total volume of people flying has come down considerably because people are scared to fly right now, because aviation industry is an industry in which the services have to be taken in person. It's not a virtual industry, so you need to be present in the aircraft to be actually taking the benefits of it. The net loss was 871 crores in the previous year, same quarter, which actually increased to 1,147 crores in this quarter. The revenue has fallen by almost 25% to 6,223 crores, and which could be falling further because the last 2 to 3 months, even we have seen more decline in the number of people flying because of the COVID cases. So let's keep our finger crossed and let's hope that the aviation sector gets back on its feet as soon as possible. Bharat Forge had a really good quarter four results. They had an amazing performance of their shares. Now, the net loss in the quarter four the previous year was 73.3 crores, which jumped to a profit of 205.4 crores for Bharat Forge. So they have done well in the market. The performance have been well. Their quarter results have been well. Their share price also did relatively well. Their share price hit today 52-week high, and it was at the opening trading around 790 rupees per share, which eventually closed with a decline of 0.5%, and it closed near the levels of 740. And if the estimates of analysts are to be believed, they're saying that more good times are supposed to be seen in future for Bharat Forge. DHFL reported net profit of 96.75 crores in quarter four, which was losses of 7,500 crores in the previous year fourth quarter. So let's see. Hopefully, good times are there for DHFL because we also had a resolution plan from Piramal Housing of nearly 35,000 crores for the same. So let's see how do the share prices perform. Today, the share prices hit a upper circuit of nearly 10% for DHFL. Now moving on to our favorite part, that is the number crunching part. Nifty, Sensex, and Bank Nifty had a very good run today. All the three indices gained nearly 0.5% for the day, and they have been trading near the all-time highs. The performance have been good, and there's a lot of positive optimism in the market. And the decline number of COVID cases have been a major factor contributing to it. Plus, we are also seeing FPI investment coming to the Indian equity in the last 4 days, and the investment have been to the tune of 8,000 crores. The top gainers for the day were Adani Ports, Power Grid, and NTPC, and the top losers for the day were Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, and JSW Steel. Now, what are the factors which made the market move? We have been talking about bullish momentum in the market. Let us try and understand what are the factors which are actually aiding to this bullish momentum. For starters, a significant improvement in the performance of public sector stocks, including the shares like Power Grid and NTPC, and decline number of COVID cases and increased recoveries of patients who have been infected with COVID. Now, this becomes a very good factor because once the number of COVID cases decline, the economy opens up, and we've already seen lockdowns being lifted in phases in cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and all the other major cities of India. So, let's see if the number of COVID cases keep coming down, we could be seeing far greater results or far greater performance by the Indian equity market. Plus good performance by the US equity market, and which has actually given positive sentiment to the global equity market. The US equity market closed with a gain of nearly 1.5% on Friday, and which got rubbed off on all the other global equity markets, especially the Asian markets, and all the major equity markets started doing well. Now, this is a daily chart of Nifty. If you see the daily chart, we are seeing a trend line formation in the daily chart. It actually has become a very good support because the market has come there nearly 5 to 6 times. It touches those level of trend lines and it again starts bouncing back. We saw the same happening today in the Indian equity market. The market came near the level of 15,680, got supported near the trend line and started the ascent up. So the level of open becomes a level of trend line support in the market tomorrow. So if the market is able to sustain the momentum and starts trading above that, we could be seeing more gains in the Indian equity market. And if we start trading below 15,600 levels, we could be seeing some profit booking coming in the Indian equity market. So that is it from us in the daily market updates. If you have any comments, any questions, any suggestions, put everything in the comment section. We'll be more than glad to answer it. I thank you for your patient hearing. I'll again see you tomorrow in the daily market update. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and take vaccinations as soon as possible.